All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Unhooked. Today, me and Kenny get into traumatic experiences that shaped our lives. We also talk about, can life be both nature versus nurture, as well as introducing a brand new segment for you guys. And we give you guys our honest thoughts and reactions on the NBA gambling situation that just occurred. So let's get into this episode.
Truth.
So lately I've been thinking a lot, right? You know, here at work, at home.
Yeah.
I just been thinking, watching stuff, and I'm like, wow, bro. But, like, what's something, I'm going to ask you a question for you, a question for the viewers. What's something that traumatized you as a kid that, like, stayed with you until you were older and, like, maybe you learned how to deal with it, or, like, it stuck with you and maybe you learned how to suppress it, or, like, something that stuck with you?
I have a big family. Growing up, there's always a lot of heated exchanges. So when people speak to me at a certain tone, it sticks with me right now. Because when I was in high school or middle school, somebody calls my name, like a teacher calls my name, their tone is like high. I get like flashback, like, oh shit, it sounds like my mom. Because, you know, my mom's mad, she calls my name. Yeah. And when she calls my name by my name, my government name, it's serious. That's how you know it's serious, because they're not calling you like baby or like, you know, nickname.
Mijo,
yeah, mijo,
like
hijo. They call me Enano right at home. I'm the youngest at home. When she calls me by Kenneth, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm in trouble. Even though I'm just chilling by myself. You know, when you're by yourself and you thought somebody called your name outside, but it's like not for you, or maybe somebody
or
like
sounds similar.
Like somebody said Kevin instead of Kenneth. You're like, oh shit, was that for me? Like, it's just, it triggers something in my brain. Like I gotta react a certain way. Yeah,
I think that's normal, bro. Because like lately I've had like a couple interviews, you know. And like I'm used to you guys calling me my nicknames, other people calling me nicknames, but when they say, "Oh, Francisco," or "Hi, Francisco," I'm like, "Oh, this is professional, bro. I gotta act professional. I gotta act serious, you know, or like I gotta like be on my best behavior." Let's say like I was hanging out with you or we're doing something for videos, right? So if I were to call you Kenneth, you'd be like, "Oh shit, he's serious?"
That's weird, yeah, because not even my family calls me Kenneth. Like they call me Ken or, you know, Enano. Yeah. Those are like the only two. Even Ken. Even at work, everybody calls me Kenny. When people call me Kenneth at work, it's usually like my manager or people that barely even conversate with, because they don't know me like that, you know? Yeah. But I don't take it a certain way. Like, you can call me anything.
What if we're like, nah, Kenneth, you got to lock in, bro? Like, would you think we're serious? Like, we're trying to tell you like to lock in?
If you tell me that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm like, oh, Kenneth.
Or would it be like, or if I were to say Kenny, but like my tone is different from like how I'm always chopping it up with you.
But if you call me Ken, I'm like, oh, shit, this guy is like mad at me or something. Yeah. Like, he does not like me.
Well, I got like traumatic experiences. Like, I think I come up with two. Like with family, one, like to relate to yours, I got one with family where it's like when I was younger, I'm the darker, like a little chunkier one. And then my brother's like the white, skinny one, you know? And then I had a couple like family members. They'll be like, Willie's going to get more girls because he's whiter, skinnier. And then, like, that stuck with me for a long time, bro. Like, my confidence was low just by hearing that from, like, my own family. They're like, oh, he's going to get more girls, blah, blah, blah. I was like, nah, I'm chopped cheese, bro. Like, why bother talking to girls when I'm chopped cheese and all that? And they're like, funny. I was with me for the longest, bro. Like, my confidence was low. Now it's like, maybe I am chopped cheese, you know? At least I'm 6'2", and God gave me a good smile, bro. Yeah, just look at the positives, yeah.
I mean, nowadays, like, I feel like the older we get, the more we realize it's not even about looks anymore.
Yeah.
I think a lot of, you know, people are attracted just by the way you are.
Yeah, the way you
people don't like that fake stuff.
Yeah, no, like that was like with me, like, bro, I'm chopped cheese, chopped cheese, blah, blah, blah. But then the older I got, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just be me, bro. And if people like me for how I am, cool. If not, fuck you, bro. I don't care, bro. Yeah, that's one of the things that, like, you know, those words, like maybe they were saying you're like joking around, but as a little kid, those words stuck with me. Yeah,
sticks to you.
So like now that I'm older, and like if I interact with like my little cousins or something, or like even at work, if a little kid asks me for help or something, like I'll try my best to give him, like, you know, talk to them in the best way possible. That way somebody like a little J asks me for help and I come like, like this. Maybe that traumatizes them. But like, I'm not gonna ask anybody for help, you know?
Anymore. Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta talk to them in the best way possible so their confidence can stay up and they can like stay like this. I don't want to bring them down.
You know, as a kid, I would see my older brothers, and they would always have girlfriends.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, they have a girlfriend. That's so cool because, you know, one day I'm going to get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people say I look like my brother, obviously, because I'm my brother. I would always be happy because I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to look like my brother and I'm going to get girls. Yeah, I'm going to get girls.
Yeah.
So what I would always like, hey, hell yeah, dude. So growing up, I'm like, I'm going to look like my brother. And I feel like I'm set, you know?
Yeah. Like
and I always, in my head, I was like, I'm going to look exactly like him.
Yeah, like I already got girls lined up, huh?
I was like, hell yeah, dude. Now that I'm older, I would not look like him, bro. Not at all.
Yeah, you don't look like any of your brothers. Like, your brothers, they look alike, bro. But you don't look anything like
you don't think
bro.
so?
Nah,
damn,
nothing.
I get that a lot, dude. It's like I'm
adopted.
I'm adopted. I think my mom's hiding something from me.
The milkman, huh? The milkman came over. But another one that I had is like, it doesn't have to do with family or nothing, but I was thinking about it lately because it was like spooky season. Something that I saw that traumatized me for like, bro, a long time was I was watching Ghost Adventures at my cousin's house, and it was this episode of it's called the Villisca Axe Murder House, and it was this guy that hid in the closet and killed the whole family overnight. Damn. And I saw that, bro, for the longest. I was scared of like the closet, bro.
No
and
way.
then like before we remodeled, the attic was like right above our closet, where our closet is at, bro.
Yeah,
I would be so scared. Yeah, bro. Like the longest, I'd be like, no, bro. I don't want to look in. Like I got to check the closet, make sure nobody's there. I wouldn't even want to look at it, bro. I'm like, what if somebody comes in?
I would always watch creepypasta. I would always believe all their videos are like real and shit, bro. I don't know if they are still to this day.
That's why they say believe everything you see on YouTube, bro. Where we present to you a random thought that we had, but we promise we're not high. Why are we doing this? Because all of you be commenting that we're high on our show. We're high. We're not high. Today's we're not high thought of the day is, Kenny, have you ever thought about the fact that when we wear sports jerseys, we're wearing another man's work uniform?
I never, like, I thought of it, like I'm wearing their jersey.
Yeah.
But when you say work uniform, it makes me think like a vest, like a construction vest.
Yeah, we're wearing their work uniforms, bro.
Technically, you're right. Yeah, because they get paid to play,
and they have to wear
and we're
that.
wearing it. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Let me know in the comments, bro. You guys ever thought about that way?
All right, now let's get back into the conversation. Remember how we're just talking about our traumatic past and like what we experienced and stuff? Do you think this would be what we just said right now? Because we're talking about like the tone of our names. We're talking about what we've seen on TV.
Yeah.
Do you think this would be a nurture situation, or you think this would be like nature?
Yeah, I say this was nurture. This is the way we were raised, you know?
Right.
Like this is how the people around us created us. But I don't know, nature versus nurture, that's like a age-old debate. But that we would, you know, talk about in school and stuff. I don't know, bro, because back in school, teachers would be like, oh, is it nature or is it nurture? But they would never let you say it's both. They would always say, no, it's either nature or it's nurture. And you try to say, like, you know, they would never let you choose both.
It would always be those things where you would have to circle whether it says nature or nurture, and just circle which one of the summary, what would it be? Yeah.
And then you'd have to explain why, you know. I think nature and nurture, because we're talking about how, like, these things affect us, like, growing up, you know. I think it's both, bro. Like, genetics and the way we're surrounded.
So why would it be, like, genetically? Because you saw something, right? You saw something on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nurture,
That would be
right?
nurture, yeah. Because, like, you know, maybe if I was never around these people, or, like, I was never around that time and saw that, and they didn't expose me to that, I wouldn't have that thought in my head, you know? It's not genetic, but
I think nature would probably be the way you are. Why you would react that way because of nature, right?
Yeah, that's nature.
Because that's the thing. Like,
it could be both, bro.
Then wouldn't everything be both? Because, like, right now, we're talking on the table. That has nothing to do with it.
Nah, it would be like growing up. Like, if I wasn't around you, Willie, Shaka, want to create content, creative, want to do streaming, want to do all this, maybe I wouldn't have these cameras in my face. I wouldn't have the thought of doing this or doing my own channel as I do. And I'm just hanging around like people that don't want to do nothing, and I wouldn't be doing anything.
Right.
Because that's the environment I'm in. But then again, genetics, like maybe I can be around people that don't want to do nothing. Maybe it's in my genetics to want to be bigger than what I'm doing. And I'll look for options like, you know, maybe that's a genetic that they passed on to me, that don't give up. Always look for how you can be better. Always look for better resources, you know? I say it's both, bro. We can have a bit of both. Everybody can, anything can.
Yeah, especially since like when you got compared with your brother because you're dark and he's lighter. Wouldn't that be nature? And then and the way you reacted too.
Well, yeah, I couldn't control the fact that I'm darker.
No, like with the way you reacted would be like through what if your dad had the same behavior traits,
like my mom or my dad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they hear something and they...
Yeah, and then your trauma stuck by you, no? Because, like, you thought about it.
Yeah. The way I react, that can be, like, passed on. Because, there's some people that just shrug it off. They have the ability to shrug it off. And I think I've grown to be able to shrug it off. But that more has to do with, like,
But you've grown to have it shrugged off, right? Because... Wouldn't that be nurture now? Because you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen like
you've surrounded with people like that tell you, oh, just move forward.
Yeah.
Blah blah.
So you're like, all right, bro. Like, I just gotta shrug it off, take it in stride. An example I could use is Shaka. He probably in his nature probably doesn't know Spanish.
Yeah.
Probably fucking. But since he hangs around us, like me, you, Rick, Willie, like a bunch of Hispanics.
Example, yeah. Now he knows.
We nurtured, he got nurtured. I want to say we nurtured him because his parents did.
Yeah.
But hanging around us, he probably knows a little more Spanish than he would have had he not been surrounded by us.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So, Shaka, we nurtured you, bro.
And I can go for like anything. Like we can move to fucking Europe and learn French.
Yeah, or like I say that's a good example, bro. But like he still has we still have our nature, like in genetics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not going to change his genetics, but we can nurture and, like, teach him Spanish and, like, maybe help him understand shit because, like,
yeah, because he grew up not knowing.
Yeah, so, like, when teachers would say, oh, it's either nature or nurture, why can't it be both, bro? The more I grow, I'm like...
And why didn't we ask any questions?
Yeah,
we're stuck in nature.
Or they would just nurture us and shut it down.
Oh, yeah, true.
They'd be like, no, it has to be one. Like, oh, it's both, bro. I think both have a major part in the way we are and the way we
function as a human.
All right, to end it off, we're going to react to something that's going on in the world today. You got something to say? Huh? You got something to say, Kong? Kong, you got something to say?
LeBron over Jordan. Oh, what was that, Kong?
All right, bro. All right, to end it, we're going to react to something going on in the world today. And that one thing, oh my God. Bro. Oh. All right, before I was so unrudely interrupted, we're going to react to something going on in the world today. And something going on in the world today is the NBA coach and players being arrested by the FBI. What are your thoughts on that, bro?
That's insane. I just don't understand. Like, you have a good contract. You're a head coach. You have a star player in the franchise.
Yeah.
He's injured, but...
Nah, I mean, I wouldn't call Terry Rozier a star player, bro.
Oh, nah. No, I was talking about Phillips. You have a contract, a really good contract.
Uh-huh.
And you decided to throw it all away just by gambling, man.
Honestly, bro, exactly. Those were my thoughts, too. Like, you already have millions of dollars, bro. Like, in contracts, maybe endorsements, and you're risking it all just for a little extra $200K or maybe million. Maybe to us that's a lot, but for them that's chump change. You're risking it all for chump change by your standards. You're risking your livelihood, your career, your integrity, bro. Just be an NBA coach. Don't do nothing behind closed doors, especially terrible stuff that'll get you by the FBI. But those are my thoughts, bro. Like, seeing interviews with Chauncey Billups. And now I look at it differently because I'm like, oh, you don't know what he was doing behind closed doors. Like, you never knew up until now. So that just, like, you never know what somebody's doing in their personal lives.
I know. And you know what? There was that video that resurfaced with Terry Rozier purposely turning the ball over and
letting his man score.
And this is not Terry Rozier. This is not the scary Terry we know, man.
Yeah,
this
scary
is not.
Terry was different.
Seeing that video, him making all these turnovers on purpose, I'm sure his teammates were, frustrated with him. The franchise was frustrated with him. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't even cut him sooner.
Even the FBI did an investigation and cleared him, bro.
They cleared him? Oh, the first time, right? Yeah, I remember that. I remember. You're doing all these playmaking shit on purpose just for you to get some money, bro. And Terry Rozier, you're getting more money than the head coach. I'm sure you are. You're in Miami. You know how many people would love to play in Miami? I don't get
turning up the other night.
And just to throw it all away, I honestly feel like I kind of put myself in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask myself, why am I doing that? There's like a couple reasons why I would do it. I want to retire early. I know, but You're trying to get all the money you can, fast money you can. You have a situation going on in your personal life. You're trying to hide something.
Or maybe he has debt nobody knows about.
You need everything, and you're just gonna like leave the team. Yeah, maybe you have
but,
like crazy amount of debt.
Hey, but why would you do that, bro? I don't know. Maybe he was nurtured into doing that, bro.
Yeah. So
Hey.
NBA officials, NBA staff, front office, if you're watching this, hire me and my boy. We're the good people. We promise we can give you guys a good reputation. Like these people, I don't know why you would even want to hire them in the first place, bro.
Hey, bro.
Do a background check. Do all this to like fulfill
Hire
the criteria.
undercover investigators.
Yeah, something.
Hey, but
We're hardworking people. We'll get the job done.
yeah, but
We're the type of people that need to get paid that amount of money.
hey, nah, but low key, bro, I do be putting in on a little bit on the price picks. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, of course, but we do it legally. We do it legally.
Hey, but there you go, guys. Don't let nobody make you ruin your own lives by doing dumb stuff that you shouldn't do. Don't do dumb stuff that you shouldn't do, period, bro. Take that life lesson from this situation and
Just work hard.
thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
We're back, hopefully.
We are.